Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Deem, aka Black by Nature from the Hashira Podcast, and I'm here with my boy Tommy, aka Noble Dagadino, and we are here another week to give our takes on One Piece 1069 chapter review. Now, before we get into the chapter review, please, guys, comment, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and we just recently added a TikTok. So follow us on those platforms. We really appreciate it. Let's do it.
I'd like to begin with a fact.
So, chapter review, the new one, it's out.
Yeah.
Let me know.
Let's say, well, I would say it's one of the most disrespectful chapters out of all the chapters, and recently.
I could see where you're coming from. Because that. Well, before I go on my little rant, I'll let you go.
There's some really good gems that kind of just dropped. I mean, I guess the biggest thing was the Devil Fruit reveal as to origins. I would think that, I don't know, it depends on how people like interpreted what was being said though, because they talked about how much people would want that type of thing to happen in their life. And
Right.
it would kind of just come about, but I believe it was made by a god or something like that. Kind of like what Vegapunk was saying, that there is some type of god out there. I'm not sure. There's a lot to consider when it comes to that, because obviously he kind of confirmed also that Luffy's ability, or there's no such thing as the rubber fruit.
Right.
Gomu no. So
Well, he didn't say there. He said it wasn't logged in. So basically, it could have been there, but just they just didn't log it into the encyclopedia.
right, but I feel like if it was a thing, they would have had the knowledge of it. And
True.
But that was cool. I mean, I guess whoever is really creating Devil Fruits is someone who probably has some god ability or something like that along those lines. What else happened? I mean, Lucci, and he went back into his hybrid form, but now he's awakened. So
Yeah, his awakened form is basically his hybrid form. Well, not a slimmer version of his hybrid form.
he has an awakened form, which is looks like hybrid, but it's awakened, and now he has
that's what I'm saying. It looks like his hybrid form, but he's slimmer. He's a lot skinnier.
right, and he has that, I guess, that black type of aura around him.
Yeah, but the same thing Luffy has, but the Luffy has the white smoke. He has the black flame, black fire.
Yeah, so I was thinking about that too. I guess he's like really beast because he was able to keep his mind. They said like awakened Zoan users lose their minds. And I think if you think back to Impelled Down, when they were in whatever trying to reach who were they going for again? Ace?
Marine Corps, no?
No. This is Impelled Down. Remember the guards at Impelled Down? Those beasts.
Those were Zoan users.
Those are awakened Zoan users, but they lost their minds the way that they were. I mean, they were people that kept their minds. So it just goes to show how strong Rob is. But at the same time, there was a certain level of disrespect in that whole manga because of what Luffy was doing to him. There was nothing he could do. I mean, he's gloating and stuff, saying like, "Yo, you're not the only one who got stronger," but Luffy literally went to sleep in the middle of the fight while he was fighting him.
And he was also basically casually dodging his attacks, talking to Sentinmaru while he was fighting.
So
it just didn't look like,
all the weirdos that thought that this was going to be a good, like maybe a decent fight or even equal, like you just got to go sit down, because when Luffy did the punch, what is it, the Gomu Gomu mole or something like that, through the floor into the chest, like there's nothing that he could do. And I don't know if at this point, like, if he is first level, because I remember last review I said he probably is first commander level. I mean, I'm not even sure if that's even the case at this point, because it was just like really embarrassment, or Luffy is just that strong that any first, commander is just not even that near him anymore. I mean, there's, I guess, quite a few takeaways. It was cool that They showed a Kainu or whatever, and they're gonna pretty much have it out because Lucci decided to fight Luffy anyways, even though Akainu did not want him to, and they sent Kizaru over there.
Honestly, Akainu does want, you know, the Marine to fight Luffy. So basically, it's like Lucci initiating the fight first is like an act of war. Well, I'm not gonna say act. Well, it is an act of war because Luffy is Yonko level now, and he has, you know, all these followers. And then once they hear that, you know, the Marines attacked Luffy, then all his followers is just gonna go on a riot.
Right. Well, I think the admirals know better than to really attack any type of Yonko because they already know the power of any Yonko. All those guys who was like established that in the first place. It's just a little weird, you know, it's a weird thing because Luffy is considered to be Yonko now, but even if they're always gonna be against him, but I don't think Luffy would intentionally just stop what they're doing and go straight to Marineford, you know, just to attack them just because they were attacked by the Marines. I could see like if Kaido was, or you know, or something like that, or even Whitebeard, it would be a whole different story. It's, you know, I think that would play out pretty differently.
Right.
I think what else happened? Oh, I thought it was pretty cool that Sentomaru was there the whole time, and then Lucci kind of just killed this dude with that handgun or whatever he called it. So to watch how that's gonna play out, because Kizaru's showing up, like your uncle's about to show up. And once he sees that and realizes that, you know, somebody just did that to his nephew, it's gonna be a whole nother level of business. So
that is true.
Kizaru's gonna kill Rob.
Honestly, I didn't even know that was his nephew.
Remember, he was always calling him uncle, even when they was rolling together in what was that, Sabaody?
Sabaody.
Yeah, he was calling him uncle right around that time too.
So, yeah, I didn't know that. But before I go off on my take, I'm gonna say, because I know the last episode I was like all the stuff that I was predicting that might happen, where, you know, it's not gonna be a big fight, like they're just gonna. And I thought Rob Lucci was like gonna have a change of heart and, you know, not saying necessarily join the Pirates, but not really pursue Vegapunk as hard as he's doing right now. So I'm not gonna say that's the bug because, like I said, it was just a guess. I was just throwing it out there. Now, to touch up on what you said with the whole Devil Fruit, I could understand. Like, it makes sense that devil fruits are made that way because some devil fruits are very abstract and weird. Like some fruit ability is just like, you know, who would, like, it makes you think like who would think of that? Who would want this ability? So now that we know when people pray or, you know,
I always think of that dude with the booger bombs. Like, why would somebody want that ability?
You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like, if you think about Nico Robin's fruit, why would you want multiple hands? Oh, maybe if I had a lot of people in the world would think if they had multiple hands, they could do a lot of like more than one task. If they had, like, you know, they had a hard job, whatever, you know, things like that. And like a kickboxer, like kickboxers would want don't hit me kickboxers. What is that? What is his name? The dude Luffy one-shotted. He always one-shotted. He one-shotted him in Dressrosa, and he one-shotted him way back in Bellamy.
This
right?
Guy?
Yes. You know, and it's just weird. I wish devil fruits really wasn't introduced like that, because I heard that, you know, the devil fruits grow off a tree after marijuana, and, you know, and being that, you know, they fell off the tree into the ocean. That's how they dispersed all over the world, blah, blah, whatever. Kind of sort of made sense in a sense why they were introduced. And as far as like Sun God Nika, Joy Boy, I'm assuming, was the original Sun God Nika. And the reason why Sun God Nika has always been around is because, being that Joy Boy liberated everyone who was in slavery, they're going to constantly worship him and keep praying that, you know, he's always around. So that's why that. And I'm not even gonna say like it's well, but we'll just say that's why that devil fruit is always gonna be around. With that, like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of sort of it makes sense why, you know, why Oda kind of revealed that's how devil fruits are made. So I get it. As far as like Rob Lucci and Luffy fighting, even you know, Luffy jumping straight into Gear 5th, which was very weird to me, because I feel like he really didn't need to go into Gear 5th to fight Rob Lucci, even though he's awakened, Zoan, whatever, because the feat that Luffy has is just like on another level as far as like Gear 4th. Except Gear 4th, Advanced Conqueror's Haki, Infused Conqueror's Haki attack, Future Sight, just those stuff alone should be enough to beat Rob Lucci. If Luffy goes into Gear 5th, like, it shouldn't be a fight where it takes long. Me personally, that one punch that he gave Lucci should have been enough. But then again, Zoans do have that side effect where they recover faster. So
yeah, I mean, he is an awakened user, so I would give him a little bit more than just a hit. You know?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's
and it wasn't that much of like one of his like top tier attacks where he's just like putting everything he's got into it. He kind of just punched a dude. He did. I mean, obviously put some strength behind it, but it's not like one of those ridiculous attacks like a Red Hawk of that nature or something like that.
Right, it was just a regular attack. Well, now just think about being that, it was just a regular attack, and it did that much damage to him. Now, imagine if he infused it with Haki, or, you know, hit him with a elephant gun. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna call that an elephant gun. That hit that he gave Kaido, you know, he came out the sky or whatever. So, but it still dawns on me that, you know, Lucci still was able to keep up with him. And it's one thing, I don't know if you realize this, Oda reenacted that the colliding of the punches that Luffy and Lucci did when they first
two straight punches or whatever.
Yeah, he basically reenacted it again, but both of them were in their awakened form, which I find that to be pretty cool, which was pretty good, whatever. That just shows, like, you know, they fought back then, they fighting now. And the growth between the two characters from then to now, which is pretty big. Kizaru, okay, again, like, it's this gut feeling that I feel like Akainu, I'm gonna say it again, Akainu, Drake, Kobe, and who else? And Kizaru, not Kizaru, Kuzan. Their secret agenda. Why was I don't feel like Kizaru, Akainu really wanted Kizaru to go to Egghead Island, because, mind you, he left as soon as they got. He didn't even wait for anyone to, you know, tell him to leave or give him the order. He just dipped. He's like, where is he? He's like, oh, he's already gone. But then again, he did say he's gone as planned, so that means they've been planned to send Kizaru over there. So that's kind of, you know, weird. But I still feel like
think about that too. It's to follow up on them trying to kill Vegapunk. There's a lot going on that island.
Right.
There's probably tons of things to maybe destroy or extract or make sure, you know, nobody else gets their hands on. So there's a lot of top secret shit there that nobody else should be seeing. And I feel like Akainu would want an admiral present to, I guess, oversee whatever, you know, that type of operation is, just to make sure. Because that's a lot, and they have the Seraphim and all that stuff there, and yeah, it would make sense to do that.
And it's a good thing that you say Seraphim, because look, now that Lucci knocked out Sentomaru, and then he said, like, okay, now that he's out the way, we have the Seraphim on our side, because they were only listening to Sentomaru. So do you think
that's stupid? Because it showed the hierarchy for who has command. It says the great elders are first, and then who's next? Vegapunk. If Vegapunk's present, what does that mean? He's the next in line to be able to control the Seraphim.
But mind you, they don't know that Vegapunk is around. So that's why they just assume, like, all right, Vegapunk's not around, we're just going to take you out, and then now we could, you know, take over. Now they'll be able to obey us. Because they don't know where Vegapunk is at. So this
is going to be actually a true test to a lot of people at this point, because if they do fight the Seraphim, like, they have the clone of Mihawk there. What if Zoro fights the clone of Mihawk, and whatever everybody else fights, like Jinbei fights himself. Yeah. And then we can't say Sanji, because Sanji's not going to fight
the Boa. So I would say, whatchamacallit, Jinbei probably fights Boa, and Sanji fights.
I mean, you still have everybody else. You still have Frankie. You still have.
But here's my thing with that. Before any of that, because I feel like once that transition goes down, where let's say the Pacifista listens to the Seraphims, listen to CP0, that's when Kizaru pulls up, and then the moment Kizaru pulls up, that's when Kuma pops in out of nowhere. Now, or Kuma pops in before anything's about to go down, boop boop boop, pops everybody away, and then that's it. Or pops him and Julie Bonnie away. Like a lot of things could happen, like within from.
Kizaru, I can see Kizaru coming, right in the middle of something big happening, and then he pops up, and that's gonna be like almost a reenactment of the Sabaody, arc. That's what you want to call it, because all those people were present. Well, except for Rob and CP or the CPs, but yeah, it'd be a little. I don't see it playing out the same way, obviously, the way that it did before, because I think Luffy can kill anybody that's on that island at this present time.
Right.
Probably even Zoro.
And that's what I want to see. Like that's what I want to see. Like, even when they first got to the.
But that's the thing. I want to see Kizaru pull up and then Luffy beat his ass, like just destroy this man and leave him like just down and out for dead.
I don't think Keys Kizaru. I don't think Luffy's there yet. But like he's okay, just like how you said.
All right, hold on. You don't think that Luffy can beat Kizaru?
No. The way you just said, like whoop his ass, like boom, that's it. The way you just said how that's how he should handle Rob Lucci. That's because him doing this.
I think that's kind of how it is going though. Rob is not doing anything to Luffy. He can't even touch the guy, and Luffy is basically playing around. He's doing all the animated, BS that he.
That's what I was gonna say. Zoro told him as soon as they got to the New World, Zoro told him like, "Yo, we can't take anything for a joke now. Everything has to be taken seriously."
Right.
Everything has to be so like give Luffy like a serious moment where like he has. I got stronger. Yeah, you got stronger, but you're nothing to me. Boom. That's it. Knock him out. And just deal with it. Like if that, that would have showed like so much. Luffy would have got so much respect just off of him doing that alone. But it's just like now it's gonna be prolonged. Like
But I think that's just the nature of Gear 5 in itself, to be just as playful.
And that's what I'm saying. Like he should have never jumped into Gear. He don't have to go to Gear 5 to beat Rob Luffy. No, I think one of his Gear 4s would definitely be more than enough to take care of that. Right. But it's kind of crazy. Now he just jumps right into it like it's nothing. That is definitely good how you pointed that out, because everyone was speculating that he would have to go through some type of training to see how to activate, I guess, the drums of liberation.
This ain't Dragon Ball Z, man. He's got it. Once you got it, you got it. It looks like you just go right into it.
I guess we're gonna pull one from the Dragon Ball Z books, but I guess. Well, and I know that the last review that we had, you said Frankie is going to. I really, now that I see, I really didn't think that Frankie is going to get an upgrade from Vegapunk, because when Vegapunk really showed himself, and Frankie seeing him, like he got all googly eyes, like, oh, this is the real him. And it's just like that just shows how much Frankie idolizes Vegapunk.
Well, yeah, and then, and their little time skip arc, who's looking at all his blueprints and all that extra stuff, and even he's gonna more than likely save Atlas. They said, because I guess Chopper is pretty much like, yo, there's nothing I can do for her. This is like Frankie's forte.
Yeah.
So I feel like once he saves Atlas, man, Vegapunk is gonna be willing to give him something or do something for him in return. So, and while they're on the ship, I'm more than certain that something will happen for him once they decide to get away from whatever it is that is going to happen after the fact of Kizaru showing up. And if we do believe that Kuma is going to be there, which kind of seems like that's what's going on, I can't really think of any other reason why Oda would even show that in the first place, rather than him just going to save his daughter.
Right.
But I don't know. There's not much that he can do. If he takes a hit, he's dead. So he needs to hurry up and do what he needs to do and get the hell out. So, I would just like to see. I don't really care about Rob at this point because he just seems like dog shit. So, once you get embarrassed like that, it's just like, all right, forget it. Like somebody else will just take care of you. Like go fight somebody else. And then I want to see Kizaru show up, and that's like a true test right there because
Kizaru showing up.
Yeah, and if Luffy were to fight him in Gear 5 and then seriously like injure the dude and send him somewhere, I would think like that's a very, very good like I guess showing, and it sends a very good statement back to Akainu. And it's just like, yo, we really, really need to take these guys serious. Not like they didn't before, but now it's just like you just beat, some admiral, so it's gonna take a lot more to bring these guys down.
That is true.
I think at that point it would make it a lot better because the Marines would definitely be moving for them. So I don't know. Like I said, at the same time, like since Maru being hurt like that, Kizaru might not even see Luffy and the rest of these dudes. He's gonna see Sentomaru on the floor and figure out who the hell did that, and that's just gonna be it.
He could put one and one together. He'll see the blood on Rob Lucci's hand and say, "All right," and ask him like, "Yo, did you do that?"
Right, and then
you can after him.
It's a wrap after that. I mean, Rob at this point is in deep shit because he decided to move without being told to, and he went and completely broke.
And he knew the consequences too. He knew the consequences.
Yeah, exactly. And then you went ahead and just did that to this dude's nephew. Man, bro, feel sorry for this man. In the next few chapters or whatever, he kind of
hopefully everything is resolved in the next chapter, and the next two chapters. I don't see everything being resolved in the next chapter. Yeah, it's two and a half. Some of the third chapter, whatever.
I don't know. I think it could actually go on for a lot longer because all these different scenarios and potential people that will be showing up.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we don't. This is not an important matter to really drag out. So unfortunately, it's crazy that you say that. Matter of fact, we could next week dive deeper into our speculations because next week is going to be a break, so we could do like a full 3 review and then add everything up and then see what's going to happen for the next chapter, before reading it. Hopefully, people don't come out with their spoilers as soon as Monday comes.
Well, no, since they're on break, I'm pretty sure there's be nothing to be made. Everybody's going to just drop theories for the week, I believe, but yes. I want to see how Dragon is going to act if he does act. And it's not like Kizaru's going to show up by himself. He's going to have a squad. Like, who is he really with? He's not just going to be there by himself. I wouldn't think so. He's going to pull up with a Navy ship.
Well, no. Normally, doesn't he always travel by himself? I know Kuzan, when he was he traveled by himself. He just had the
bike. He was just on that little bike. I don't know. I feel like he's going to show up with some people on a ship. And he's going to have people. But that was kind of weird, too, because like he always usually rolls with Sentomaru. So, and when they had the PXs or whatever. So, I'm actually curious to see who he's bringing with him. I know for a fact. Well, I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure that somebody will be with him.
Definitely. Well, if it's Green Bull, nah. Green Bull ain't gonna show his face again. I don't think he is.
No, if he was, I believe Akainu would have said so. But
true.
True. No, it's just I'm willing to, or curious to see exactly who's compared. Some other vice admirals. Who knows? That'd be crazy. Ark was with him or something like that. Just who knows?
Nah. Well, that would be crazy if Garf is there, but we'll see. So, as far as this chapter, what do you, from the rating?
My rating?
Yeah.
I give the chapter 8. It's actually really good, and I think I am gonna have to reread it to grasp even more out of it because there's more details than what I think and what I know, and probably I'm pretty sure if I read it again, I'm gonna take some more out of it because there's a lot to discern, especially for the devil fruits. And I mean, you could obviously already see that Luffy's fight with Rob. Everybody thought, like I said, it was going to be equal. Yeah, some people have been saying that Rob was even stronger than Luffy. So That was already decided. I mean, we know what it is for sure. And there's, like I said, there's some things to think about, especially when it comes to the devil fruit. Other than that, I think everything else was pretty straightforward. But I would say, yeah, pretty good solid 8. I like the fight, and I like that it did happen. Because a lot of people, I mean, including yourself, you thought that it wasn't going to happen, and Rob was going to do something else. Absolutely. So I'm happy that that did happen, and it showed the difference in power, especially for how far Luffy has come. So.
Okay. Same here, but like I'll give it like a 8, like a barely like a 7.8999. Wow. But if you round it up, it'll be an 8. The only reason being is that, like I said, I want to see like that dominant Yonko, you know, attitude from Luffy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to like everybody he fights, or you know, they think that they're on par with him. No, show that you're
so. All right, so here's the thing with that. I don't think Luffy really saw the dude. He just finished fighting Kaido, bro. Kaido.
And that's the main reason why. Like you just finished fighting Kaido, with the strongest beast pirate. There's reason why. You understand what I'm saying? We're not here to walk down memory lane. I just is get dealt with.
We don't really know for sure if like once he turns into Nika, if that's just is going to be his personality, because he was pissed. Remember, he was like, she gave us food. As soon as I saw that line, I was like, oh man, it's over. Like it's over for Rob. And then all of a sudden his personality completely just changes. Now he's in God mode, whatever. And I think he understands or realizes that he's so much more stronger than this guy that he's kind of just like a play to it. He didn't even do anything. Like I said, I think he put little effort into that punch, and it hurt him. It didn't show any type of. It maybe had some armament hockey on it, but other than that, it didn't.
Honestly, I don't think it did, and it knocked him out.
Yeah,
it knocked him out temporarily because you know, like I said, he
almost the equivalent to just a Gomu no pistol.
Like a pistol, yeah, true.
Right, it was nothing. So if he sees him like that, I couldn't see him being like, oh, I really need to take him seriously. This is all a joke.
Okay, well, I still rate it. We'll say at 8, whatever. I'll rate it at 8. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap things up. Black by Nature, Noble Dagadeno. That is our 1069 chapter review. Like I said before, please comment, like, share, and leave a comment below on your review and your take on the chapter. With that being said, that's the Hashira Podcast signing out. Peace.